is JJ Solomon.
This Corey Bradshaw, Mr. RTBA, Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast. Oh, shit. Y'all know how we coming. It's your boy, Mr. RTBA, Mr. 214 with my guy, JJ Solomon. We are the Spit Bucket Podcast. And this is TSB Unscripted, you understand me. Shout out to my guy, JJ. What's popping, big dog?
What's going on, man? Another Tuesday in the books. Just glad to be here again. Grateful every night. Grateful every morning. And grateful for my brother, man. I appreciate you, Mr.
Oh, go, JJ.
Yeah, I'm ready to go today.
Hey, how was your day today, bro?
Good, man. Good. Getting back and swinging things at work. Me and Amanda putting in work for the real estate piece of things, and then obviously for the real estate business we're running. And went back and watched a little bit of boxing too. I went back and watched the Bam Rodriguez fight. So I think Bam is a great future star, man. I think he is.
Like a lot of people saying he ain't look that good, JJ.
Because everybody's expecting a knockout, but what you're watching though is for the angles and for the like this dude he fought Gonzalez survived 12 rounds with Chocolatito, dude. So he ain't no, you're not just gonna get him out of there. And Bam acknowledged that fight was he overlooked him a little bit. He acknowledged that, but I still was 100% impressed with the body work, the angles, bro. He turned the angles so beautifully. Oh, I love the fight.
You know what? I don't think it was Bam Rodriguez overlooking him, right? See, my thing is this how I'm looking at it, JJ. When fighters start getting when you on the come up, you doing all the right things. You doing everything they do because you ain't got that attention on you like you got it on you now because you in the spotlight. You know, I sang The Stars at Night, the big right deep in the heart of Texas. So since the spotlight got on Bam Rodriguez, right, and all the new attention he got, even though he still won the fight, and credit to him, like he may have got lackadaisical, bro, or the pressure might got to him a little bit of everybody telling him how great he is, how he the next great Mexican American from San Antonio, Texas. But salute to him, he won. But I just think fighters always go through this. What's that dude name? Who just got that fight stopped? Who was talking shit to Rolly?
Rayo.
You see what happened to him?
Oh man. Oh man. And the problem with Rayo, man, and here it's kind of a change of subject, but a lot of people say, "Oh, it's early. You can bounce back from a loss." But this guy got obliterated. Like he took heavy shots to the head.
Bro,
that's a tough fight to bounce back from at such a young age. Shout
out to the Boxing Voice. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Danny, one of the best boxing podcasts out there, if not the best.
Oh yeah.
And look forward to getting back up to Las Vegas, Nevada in the 702 real soon to get on their show. But JJ, they had Jose Benavidez Sr.
Oh, did they?
And it's my thing. He said himself, Rayo wasn't doing everything that he's supposed to do. This training camp just looked different. Well, Jose Benavidez Sr., if he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, why didn't you instill that into him? I hate a cop-out, JJ.
Oh, yeah, man. I can most definitely tell. Yeah, you just got to eat crow like the rest of us.
It's boxing. You win some, you lose some. The thing about boxing, if you lose, we don't give up on you, even though you was a prospect. We want to see how you going to bounce back, right? Yep. And I don't like the way Jose Benavidez Sr. Went on the Boxing Voice and said, "Oh, Rayo didn't look the same in training camp." Well, you as coach, you around him. If you seen that early, why didn't you implement that and let him know hands on throughout the rest of the training camp? That just had me bothered when I heard him say that.
Yeah, you have all these excuses though that they threw out. They weren't ready for him because he was a one-day sub. They filled him in the day prior, but still, you've got if you got goals to be a champ, it's whoever they put in front of you. You can't say I didn't train properly for this guy. He didn't know he was gonna fight you, you know. So he should have been ready for a world-class fight, and that was tough to see, man. You know, I don't have a dog in the race, but it was tough to see another young man go through that at such a young age, man. But
Yeah,
back to Bam. Bam, right now, if we had to submit our Fighter of the Year award, I might give mine to Bam Rodriguez right now, man. Like he's doing some incredible things in such a short amount.
He should be considered. I mean, if that's your choice, that's your choice. And I can't wait till we get to our end of the year Spit Bucket, first annual Spit Bucket awards. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know, we do our list of everything, but like my Fighter of the Year, right, is dependent on 2 fights. If Devin Haney beat George Kambosos in Australia again, that's my Fighter of the Year.
Yeah, that's a hell of a yeah.
Like without a doubt. But if Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford, if that fight happened November the 19th, would the winner out of that fight be Fighter of the Year?
I would do it for Spence, not for Bud. That's Bud's only fight. Yeah, for Spence for sure. He won.
But why not Bud though?
Just because inactivity. I mean, this will be his one fight this year. So how can you be Fighter of the Year when you got other dudes doing 2, 3, 4 fights? You know, Fighter of 2022. That's the way I see it.
I agree.
Our money said David Benavidez said they all lost, not just Rayo. I feel that, but don't give the man an out at such a young age. You know, don't start teaching him how to make excuses.
Like my thing is, as a coach, as the head coach, you the one who's supposed to take all the bullets, right? Don't throw salt on your fighters and say your fighter didn't look right. Say us as a training staff, me being the head numero uno in charge, right? This falls on me. I'm gonna make sure that I do a better job in critiquing my fighter and doing everything that we need to do to prepare him for his next fight. It falls on you. I just didn't like him coming out saying, "Oh, Rayo didn't look right in training camp." Come on, you the head coach.
Yeah, they have him ready to go, man. You know, my lung was out. He didn't have a good camp. Like they're just ready to go with these excuses. Like I said, I got a lot to say about that guy. Hey, let's take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to talk about the Shakur Stevenson, Robson Conseil Sal fight coming up this weekend. Had a nice little face-off today, so give us a few seconds to. Sorry about this. Computer's tripping. Quick message from our friends over at KO Therapeutics.
We all have battles. We fight. We train. We work. We persevere. And we celebrate. We are all one.
I can't do anything if I can't walk in my prosthetic. It's a lot of pain that I feel throughout my day. It can be very intense. Now I just put that balm over it and it will heal up much faster and it will let the callus recover. That's amazing. It is a total game changer. I am hooked. I'm just hooked.
Life is hard. KO makes it better. KOCBD.com.
Shout out to our sponsors, KO Therapeutic, man. Y'all make sure y'all go to KOTherapeutic.com. Y'all make sure y'all put in that special promo code TSB10, get you a discount. Y'all make sure y'all show up and show out for our sponsors, KO Therapeutic.
Yeah, if you got pain, please give it a shot. I promise you. This is our second bottle, almost done with it. So KOCBD.com, discount code TSB10. Right. So what do we have on deck, Corey? We're gonna talk a little Shakur Stevenson, Robson, Consei Sal.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm getting close enough. We got it coming up this weekend.
Ooh.
29th, yeah, Robson Consei Sal. Friday, September 23rd at the Prudential Center. The return of Shakur Stevenson, who I think is the future of the future, capital THE, future of the sport.
You the first person that came to my mind today when I seen that face off, bro. Like, and even though I think that too, but like, you seen the light on Shakur a lot before a lot most other people did, right? Soup saying about him being a superstar in the sport of boxing. You ain't E-Thriller, right? But JJ, I look at Shakur Stevenson today, man, he got superstar written all. He got it all, JJ.
Bro, that was before the here. Let's show them what we're talking about real quick. Quick little screen snippet.
He's going to stop you. I'm going to say it for him.
He's fired up, bro. I know it's just a face-off.
He said, I'm going to beat the shit out you, and you know it. He said, you know it. You know it. I'm like, whoa.
Bro, I'm ready for it, bro. And like every fight he comes out, he shows a little something more, and he shows a little more inside the ring and outside the ring. Just a little bit more swag inside the ring, more skills inside the ring, then the personality. Every fight, more and more people are knowing about him. He's doing it the right way. And I get real excited about his future. I get real excited about all their futures, the Haneys but Shakur, man, I think, what I'm referring to when I say the name is, when Floyd put on a fight, it was going to sell. When Canelo, unless it was Andre Berto, when Canelo fights, it's going to sell. Before Floyd, De La Hoya. So when I say that, I mean just the star, where our kids know they're talking about. So I'm excited about him, dude. I know this fight is not going to be a gimme. Conceição he's a gold medalist, 2016 gold medalist from Brazil. So the dude's good. I mean, he had his unanimous decision. He went 12 rounds against Valdez, which is who Shakur got the straps from. So
a lot of people think he won that fight too, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, I
had my boy Hitman Hawkins hit me up on Instagram today. He said, this the real unified fight right here. Because everybody know he beat, what's his name?
Oscar Valdez.
Oscar Valdez. He said, everybody know that. I can't remember right off the top.
I can't remember how the fight went down, but I don't remember thinking that Valdez lost the fight.
I'm going to go back and watch that fight tonight because my boy Hitman Hawkins, like, he really in the box. Everybody got their own opinion, but I can't remember thinking Valdez lost either. But, like, bro, like you say, a silver medalist, a gold medalist against each other. Like, he didn't just become gold medalist for nothing, bro. And it ain't like he old. This 2016.
Yeah.
Right? Remember how I said you lose, JJ? When you lose, that's destined to happen in the sport, right?
Yep.
But it's about how you bounce back. Even though I got Shakur Stevenson, the favorite to win this fight, truly, that's clear cut, no debate. But oh boy, he fighting Roman Concierge, Woo, Coconut, him. Who he fighting? He takes defeat, and I know that feeling of how tasting defeat and something, and how you want to come back and show you is who you was, right? Because a loss can define you in two ways. Either you gonna moan and groan, or either you gonna take it for what it is and show you still that guy. So, like you say, gold medalist. We know he got all the fundamentals, but you know, Shakur Stevenson is Shakur Stevenson. Bro.
Oh yeah, man. He's it, bro. Like, what do you see in the future? I know you've been giving mad props to Devin Haney, but you know, 2-3 years from now, what could Shakur possibly have under his belt already? I think by then we'll see him against one of the big names. Like,
I think it's gonna be Devin Haney, or Tank if he still around. But I'm sorry, Devin Haney just as special.
Oh, you ain't got to apologize. I think I think the world of Haney too, but for me, it's gonna just the personality outside the ring, man. That I just feel like Shakur's got the he's got the smile that lights it up, while Devin Haney's kind of standoffish. He feels like everybody's always attacking him, and he always feels the need to defend himself. You know what I mean? And that over time, I think when it comes to selling tickets, I think Shakur, both the guys are outstanding inside the ring, but when it comes to selling tickets, I think that personality outside the ring. Does that make sense, or I'm just talking out of
No, it do. It make a lot of sense. But see, the reason why Devin Haney had to do that, because he didn't want to wait to go the route like Shakur Stevenson. Remember, they asked Shakur Stevenson, you signed with Bob Arum, you know he gonna do you the same way he did Terrence Crawford. Shakur Stevenson say, no, he ain't. He ain't gonna do me like that. I'm an Olympian. That's different. And even the old boy, Keyshawn Davis, said, I'm an Olympian. That's different. But Devin Haney, he had to do that. Like, he really did. Because he could have, he was ready to go pro immediately. He was that good, but he didn't want to take that route, going to the Olympics, doing what Shakur did. So he had to fight and claw his way. But now, guess who he with, Jay? And if he's smart, he better stay with him, because Top Rank is where it's at when it comes to making yourself a superstar, making yourself a household name. So he with Top Rank now. And think about who he cool with. Think about who been shouting him out a lot. Jake Paul, bro. Like, Devin Haney really kicking with, like, his popularity. It's like, I don't know who more popular than him. I think Devin Haney is more popular than Shakur Stevenson. I think
internationally, I'd say that.
I think Devin Haney is like, but that's the fight though, right there though. I ain't looking past this gold medalist Shakur fighting. We just, like in boxing, you can understand when you reading and what's gonna happen in the future and who gonna be around. Do it always go as planned? No, but most of the times, yes, it do.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. And I just hope that Shakur comes and does what he's supposed to do this weekend, because boy, do we got a beautiful 2023 laid out for us if it does happen.
And the thing about Shakur too, though, like, I think he's a tremendous fighter, but Shakur is a hothead on the outside.
Obviously he is.
He a hothead. And you know, his popularity only growing. He only finna get more money right now. I mean, hopefully he learned from his past mistakes. You give young fighters a pass, you know, like that. But we know when we see other fighters and they personalize how they is. But hopefully Shakur Stevenson done learn how to hone that all together. But dude is a hothead for real.
Man,
and that's why I think Devin Haney will beat him, right? Because, like, Devin Haney will know how to talk that talk to, well, I don't know if he'll beat him, but that's how, I don't know if he'll beat Shakur. I really don't. I don't know why I said that. What I meant to say, he'll beat him mentally in the press conferences and the lead up to the fight, because, like you say, Devin Haney is very composed.
Yeah.
He is. He know how to talk to the media. Like Shakur Stevenson, he a hothead, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. He done, I mean, like, the way he come at the media, like, like, dude, you popular, and, like, he just like that. He from Newark, New Jersey. He say they like that. He just put up a post say, "I'm bigger than Shaq in my city." I say, "Ooh,
damn." That's a big thing to say, bro.
ooh.
Shakur said that.
He put that up on the post. He say, "I'm bigger than Shaq in my city." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Ooh."
that is a ooh. That's a double ooh.
Nah, but like I really truly believe him because like he is that guy in his city, but like I'm just so ready to see this fight. I'm ready to see I want to see Shakur. Like even though we know he win the fights easy, but like to make yourself that superstar by also playing it smart. I want to see him sit down on his punches, and if he got this guy out of there, get him out of there. Because
That's what
that's
I
how
want to see.
a superstar.
That's what I'm with you. I've seen Shakur be a little too nice. Even there at the end with Valdez, man. Obviously, Valdez is a very dangerous opponent, but I think that Shakur could have taken him out had he wanted to. And so I do want to see more of that killer instinct from Shakur Stevenson. I want him to leave that nice guy shit outside the ring, the way we know folks can do. Hey, you sent this earlier. We hadn't talked about it though. But speaking of the future at 135 and the future at 140, that Gervonta Davis looks like he's gonna have to go to trial. Yapping all that shit on social media. He might have to go to.
You know what's crazy? Before I was scrolling up my articles and I seen this today, I forgot all about that hit and run he did.
Yeah.
Jay, I thought that had been settled because you know when you on this type of level, if you got money, right, you able to
Yeah,
you know,
for sure, bro.
like
It says. What you say? No, I was going to just read it. Gervonta Davis plea deal rejected by judge. Tank will go to trial for this 2020 hit and run. So he's facing, and you know how them juries will be, man. So who knows what we're going to see from the future of Tank.
Hey, look, that's why Gervonta about to play it nice. like it's crazy though. Like I don't wish that on nobody, but you know, like, damn, Gervonta, was you trying to play hardball? Because in this type of situation, when you know who you is, it shouldn't be like I ain't saying spend the world on them, but it ain't. I'm pretty sure they came with a number that they wanted, right? And he act like he didn't want to budge, probably, allegedly. And he probably assumed that was gonna be able to, they was gonna catch him in, right?
Yeah, exactly, because of who he is.
But this going to trial, this serious, ain't it, Jay?
It's serious, man. You're going to trial for a hit and run. I don't know what his record looks like, but if there's other shit on there, it could end up bad for him. Hoping he just has to pay some fines and get out of there. But again, more of these guys with all the potential in the world getting in their own damn way, man. You know what I mean? Like, golly, piss me off.
But Gervonta, like you remember, like I gave Gervonta a lot of credit because I want, like, you know what, I do got to give him credit though, because remember I was giving Gervonta because I forgot about this hit and run. Remember, I just said he better play it nice, but I don't remember if you remember, like, if we had this conversation off the Earl or if we was on Earl. I say Gervonta have really been staying out the way.
Yeah,
but this is the reason why he has really been staying out the way.
Yeah. So who the hell knows what happens in his future, man? He needs that fight. Everybody starts hooting and hollering whenever we put out our pound for pound list, and I think the number one question we'll get is where's Tank? Well, Tank is dealing with the 2020 hit and run accident, so
even put Tank on.
Yeah, but potential. Everybody wants us to put him on because of potential.
Why would we put him over Shakur Stevenson?
Yeah,
he been around longer than Shakur, and it's a damn shame. I understand boxing is a business, but to some fighters like Shakur, Devin Haney, they understand.
Yep.
They really watch Mayweather. they really say, man, we got to take these fights first.
Yep.
Because take these fights and we dominate these fights, that's what's gonna make us. What's gonna make us? I don't know. What is he Tank? He ain't do that. Tank, you been around a long time. Like Tank ain't no. He a veteran in boxing. He may be 20. My bad. You hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
He
He
may be
made
27. Oh, let me turn my do not disturb on. Can you hear me?
yeah.
He may be 27, but Tank been around a long time. And JJ, like, look, you get credit to all fighters if they get victories, whoop-de-whoop. With JJ, like, who since, what's the fella? He got the belt
Pedraza.
from? Who?
Pedraza.
Pedraza. Like, what? Leo Santa Cruz? That was a little guy. Like,
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's Tank has every, from what we've seen, you know, he's got the skills to be a superstar. He is. I mean, I don't know what the definition of superstar is these days. It's been watered down so much. So I guess you can call Tank a superstar, but in terms of what he's done for boxing and like his own legacy, I mean, Pedraza, Santa Cruz, is that what? Yeah, it does nothing. So
Isaac Cruz, who just came on the scene, nobody knew who he was. I ain't gonna even lie, I ain't know who he was.
Yeah, he's at Cruz. That was a bad night for Tank. Like, and and hell, who knows what happens if they would have a rematch? Because he's at Cruz getting.
I was scrolling on my articles. Is it true? Ron Garcia Tank official? Did they say that?
I haven't seen anything about that.
I don't know if that. I think I seen. I don't know that I seen something where it said it's official, but you know, it's the same thing they said about Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence. It was official. Like we know it's like they said it was official. They said one person signed the contract, the other one didn't. Wooty-woo, wooty-woo. But like with Tank Davis, man, it's just mind-boggling to know this guy finna be 28 years old. Like, and you came in the game like when you was like 18 or 19.
Yeah, he's a baby, bro.
Like he won the title at like 19 or 20, didn't he?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So it's like Tank Davis. You let Shakur catch up with you. You let Devin Haney catch up with you. Like, and we look at them different than you. Because they ain't coming in the game pussyfooting after they get their big victory, right?
Yep. You're right, bro.
They mastered the Mayweather plan. Look at them two fighters, JJ. Whether who we think the best, we know they both special when they right there, and it's going to be a tough fight, just like Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. That's a 50-50 fight. It's a preference of who you think going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But them guys, they going to go at it. Look at them. They doing what they supposed to do.
And now you got Tank Davis playing catch up, bro. Tank Davis going to have no negotiating skills, nothing, because he's been playing these silly games for so damn long, staying in his roster. Well, look where we're at now.
No rush.
Yeah, no rush. Could have set up a super fight with Lomachenko not too long ago. No rush. And now you had these youngsters just pass you right by. It's it's a weird world. What we got next?
And the reason why is and they don't follow nobody but Tank, right? Don't blame Mayweather because you always get like nobody believed the hype, right? Nobody believed the hype anymore when Tank Davis got a fight coming up and they say him and Mayweather into it. Don't believe that no more. Because after this last fight, he walked out. It's still Mayweather promotion. Living with that Crayola goatee. You heard him.
He just said, I forgot who just posted it the other day. He said, I didn't say I was leaving Mayweather. He said it was the last fight of my contract. No, he said this was his last fight with Floyd Mayweather.
That's what he said, Jay.
Yeah, but he changing it all up, bro. And bro, here's at the end of the day, he's making lots of money. Yeah, his legacy is hurting, but if money's the motivation, Tank, more power to you. I just want to stop these conversations about why is he not in the pound for pound list? Because you don't put somebody on the pound for pound list for potential or how many asses they put in the seats. You put for what they've done. You know, that's why the pound for pound list is constantly moving. Your guy's not always going to be here. Like, it's a constantly moving list. It's not the Hall of Fame. So tap the brakes on Tank Davis a little bit. All the potential in the world, but damn, there's 10 other fighters at least who've been doing more for the sport in the past however many months, so he's not on the list.
You're right.
I'm sorry.
Out how popular you is. That's not what the pound for pound list about, because if that's the case, Terrence Crawford wouldn't be nowhere close to it.
Ding.
No, I'm just saying. It's about what
anyway, nobody.
In 3 divisions is the reason why a lot of people look at him as the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world, and deservingly so, because that's what the pound for pound is about. Now, Tank Davis, popularity wise, he more popular than all them guys.
Sure.
He's gonna be the A side of the negotiations until one of them beat him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's the way it is. Did you want to go into talking about
You know who else I want to talk about real quick before we go on our good stuff?
All right, what's that?
Like, I talked about Jose Benavidez Sr. first, right?
Yeah.
Now I got to talk about his son, David Benavidez Jr.
No, David, not
Yeah,
Jr.
talking about how he wasn't so impressed and this and that. Shut up. Talking about, Canelo should have did more. Well, did somebody tell you to do more when you had the title and you ate too many empanadas and you lost your belt on the scale? Did anybody tell you to do more than David Benavidez? Like, stop that, bro. You mad because Canelo is at where he at and he got the right to pick who he want to fight. He ain't lying about you. When he say, what have you done? 1 title, you lost it. You got a regular title. Like, come on, David Benavidez. You could have had your opportunity. Don't go in there shouting on Canelo and about his victory against Triple G. Don't do that, fam. Stop that.
No, bro. Like, I get the argument that Canelo needs to fight Benavidez because technically that's Benavidez' belt. And if. But what was that? If were fifths, whatever, ifs. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. David Benavidez can't be mad at nobody but himself. Because, Canelo didn't take that belt from you, but you left it opening. You left it there for somebody else to grab. And that's just the way this life works, man. You take your eye off the prize for just a little bit. You get too comfortable for just a little bit. And bam, your life changes. So Benavidez, I'm sure he learned his damn lesson. Or, I don't know, he's a repeat offender. But you can't be mad at anybody else but yourself. And if you don't get a Canelo fight, you know what you do? You put on your big boy pants and you lace them up and you go fight the next guy. And then the next guy until you have to fight him. I just get sick and tired of tired of all the bullshit, man.
And this is the thing right here. This is what I don't get with David Benavidez. Come on, dude. You getting older, fam. Why you still at once? You say you always talking about you going to go up to 175. Why you ain't did it yet?
You know why?
Canelo's going to be out for another year. What you going to do? You going to stay at 168 and wait for him a whole nother year? Because you probably not even be the guy next when he come back. And what you say you want to get into next, JJ, with the Canelo?
Canelo-Bivol, speaking of who the next guy is.
Yeah.
So I think, was it today or yesterday, Eddie Hearn came out and said that they are actively pursuing the Canelo-Bivol rematch for when Canelo comes back. Eddie Hearn, that's the man right there, and he's telling the world that Canelo wants to avenge his loss.
JJ.
Huh?
Keep that up through this while we talk. Or you want to take it?
It don't matter to me.
No, take it down.
It's gone. Oh, where'd you go? All right. I put it back up. You there?
Yeah, speak on it.
Oh, speak on it. Yeah, I just we talked about this a little bit last time. What's the right move, or what's the best move, or what move the people want to see, and all that sort of deal. And with the news coming from Eddie Hearn that after we hear this layoff, my response to that is just real simple. That's not it. That's not what the people want. That's not what's good for his legacy. That's not what's good for money. What else? I mean, there's a long list of reasons why I don't think that's the right move. But who the hell am I?
Remember, I told you this. We said it on our last TSB Unscripted on Monday. My apologies to everybody, but situations in life happen. That's why we couldn't do a show Tuesday. But look, JJ, like, this is what I love about Saul Canelo Alvarez, right? What I love about him, fam, he know he got beat up. And he might get beat up again, JJ. He might. It's a strong possibility. Bivol it ain't no doubt I'm picking Bivol to beat Canelo in their next fight. But the great fighters, like, if they lose a fight, like in history, where we seen them lose fight against fighters who we don't think, JJ, they're supposed to lose to, they find a way and come back. And great fighters, if they got beat up, they gonna come back and they gonna fight that man again, whether they win, lose, or draw. Like this right here, if Canelo come back and do this, JJ, if he come back and do this, this should show everybody Canelo is the real deal. Like, why shouldn't he do this, JJ? Why don't you want Canelo to fight Bivol?
Because I'm a fan of boxing. I'm a fan of competitive boxing, not wipeouts. And yeah, I'm a fan of guys chasing legacies. But why in the hell would we? That fight was almost a shutout. So take the names away. Canelo-Bivol. You just put man A, fighter A, and fighter B. And if they were out there fighting in complete disguises, I would never want to see that fight again. I don't care who it is. So as a fight fan, my first reason, that's why I don't want to see it. It was too one-sided, and Canelo showed nothing. Like, I watched that fight a couple times over. Canelo showed nothing yeah, maybe I can go back to the drawing board and all that good stuff, but there was nothing to be seen from that fight. So as a fight fan, no, I don't want to see it again. Now, from the perspective of Canelo and his team, yeah, I get all the pride of wanting to go back and chase it. But again, you took a whooping, dude. Like, I wasn't even close. Now, I have 3 other potential fights here at my division where I can defend my straps, where I have a much better shot at winning than the ass whooping I just took. For me, it's smarter to to set up these title defenses against guys who I think Canelo's a big favorite in all 3 of those. So it only makes sense to me. Like, and then you're talking about money and pay-per-views and your legacy and all that. He doesn't have much time left, Corey. Like, we're not realizing this. Canelo's at the end. Like, he's taking his time off for the injury. We know there's going to be a tune-up fight, so we're looking at least 18 to 24 months. He'll be, 33, 34 by then, off an injury. We might be done with Canelo. Nobody's talking about that.
Let me ask you 2 questions. Yeah. The first question is, and I'm just going off your way you see it. Do you think Canelo a great fighter?
Yeah, I think he's a great fighter.
Okay. Now, second question. If Canelo go up there and beat Bivol, is them fights still there at 168 for him?
Absolutely.
So, JJ, great fighters, they test themselves. They do the unthinkable, right? Even when we think it can't be done. Canelo, he didn't understand Bivol. I ain't picking Canelo to win this fight. I'm just giving you my point of how I look at it. Canelo, in my opinion, it ain't that he underestimated Bivol. He just didn't know what type of guy was going to be in front of him or what Bivol really brought to the table. None of us did, because guess what? When we looked at this fight, everybody, damn near everybody, picked Canelo. Bivol looked like a facade to us. We knew that he was good, but we didn't know he was that good. Well, Canelo didn't either. Going in that ring, looking on TV, seeing him, he didn't look like he was the part, but when you got in the ring, you really seen he was the part, and that's what fighters do. They make you put respect on their name, and that's what Bivol did. Canelo didn't know what was in front of him. Now Canelo do. The great fighters, when they fight opponents like that and they get beat like that, it ain't that Canelo got beat up bad. He just lost the fight. It wasn't just he got beat up. He got beat up, but it wasn't like he got beat up bad where he was blood, gushy or nothing. He just lost the fight. But great fighters ain't gonna turn their head to a bad loss like that. Great fighters are gonna come back and do the unthinkable and show why they're great. Can Canelo win this fight? It's yet to be determined. I ain't gonna pick him. He gonna have to show me, especially what I seen him do to Bivol. But with me saying that, even if he do lose to Bivol, JJ, all them fights at 168, guess what? They still there.
What you said, if he loses to Bivol?
Yeah, them fights at 168,
but they're there, but it's like you take a giant knife and you stab a basketball or football and it just lets all the air out of it. Like, is it going to have the same buzz if 2 out of the last 3 Canelo victories were, or 2 out of his last 3 fights were losses, and the third one was a kind of a boring ass fight against Triple G? So does it still have that buzz that it would have, that if he just goes right now straight off of Triple G, all right, let's go defend these damn belts. Keep defending these belts. It's better for, bro, American boxing, this side of the pond. So North America, United States, Mexico, we need a shot in the arm like this. We need to start planning for life after Canelo. We got to be able to put on a damn show. So what kind of Canelo-Bivol again? No, man. Let's do Canelo-Charlo. What about this guy? What about him?
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 He's been screaming like that for years now. Any one of them, man. Any one of them. Those fights are, you know what I always say about Mayweather, about the end of his career, he left doubt in his hater's mouth. Doubt that he could have shut up. I specifically said in his hater's mouth, in his hater's mind. Mayweather left doubt in his hater's mind, so they'll always be able to say, oh yeah, Mayweather was ducking. If Canelo continues this route, he's leaving doubt and ammunition in his hater's mind, when he could easily just shut them all up, get paid. Huh?
He fighting a fighter who better than all 3 of them. What are you talking about?
That's absolutely true.
They say he fighting a fighter who better than all 3 of them. Ain't now one of them fought each other yet. How you gonna leave that in people's mind where they gonna think, oh, Canelo, look at his resume. He ain't left nothing on the table. Them guys is the ones who leaving stuff on the table.
Canelo, damn.
Buzz. You talk about the buzz. The buzz, that's Canelo Alvarez. The buzz gonna still be there because we don't think Canelo gonna be Bivol next. The whole world don't think, it's a couple of people, mustard seeds, compared to the whole world, who think Canelo gonna win this fight. We don't think that.
As a fan, if you're down to your last $75, it's the last $75. Your wife said you can buy a pay-per-view. Are you going to buy Bivol Canelo rematch, or are you going to buy Canelo Charlo?
I'm buying Bivol Canelo. I want to see what we buy about Canelo versus Charlo.
I want to see it. I want to see that bad.
Canelo versus Benavidez. What he done did? What I want to fight Canelo versus Andrade? What he done did?
Because it's Canelo against
JJ. This ain't even no argument. Bivol beat Canelo. It's more buzz around that fight if Canelo take that rematch. First off, because he got the kahunas to do it again.
But everybody already gave him a free pass for losing that fight. everybody's like, yeah, Canelo lost that fight, but he went up, and yeah, he was chasing greatness, and yada 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 yada. Canelo thought he was gonna go in there and break somebody's bicep again, so he got a free pass, kind of in boxing as a whole. Yeah, he lost that fight, but he's still the undisputed champ. But he's still great at 168. You go back and do that again, there's no more free pass. Like, he's got every reason in the world not to fight Bivol again. Starting with the ass whooping he took. All he has to do is go back and watch it. What is that going to do? He's not going to win that fight. Like, how in the hell is he going to win that fight?
Who are you to say he's going to win that fight or not? Now, I don't think he's going to win it or not, but you talking about he's not going to win, and then you talking about free pass.
The whole boxing world gave him a free pass. Everybody gave him a free pass.
That's not a free pass.
Yeah, he lost, but he was chasing greatness.
Free pass. It ain't about him losing. The guy was just better. We didn't know he was better. It ain't no free pass. Canelo, show us.
Was he this much better or that much better?
They say, you think people want to see Charlo versus Canelo, Andrade, or Benavidez than a Bivol to see if he could possibly come back and beat Bivol after losing so decisively?
If I had to put my money on it, any one of the other three fights will make more money than Canelo-Bivol.
$5 on a Charlo Canelo.
Yeah, bro. Remember what you were saying the other day about the constant rivalry between Mexico, Mexicans versus the black? And man, imagine that just the build up to that.
Different though. He different.
What's that?
What you mean?
What's so different about Canelo?
He's a mega star. He's different. He different.
All right. I mean, yeah, he's a mega star, but
anybody in this gonna do good, right?
No,
you think more Mexican fans and a lot of fans will be more intrigued? Like, bro, Mexican fans run boxing, bro. You don't think they'll get behind Canelo knowing they be scared because they don't know if he'll win, and they gonna put all their support behind him, just have that little faith that Canelo is gonna be that same guy? Viva Mexico! Viva! Viva America! Viva!
Oh my goodness, bro. It could happen. I don't give a damn to see that fight again, bro. And they wonder why people are streaming. You put that on pay-per-view again to see a complete ass whooping? Come on, man.
We don't know if we might pick Bivol to win. Bivol didn't just, it wasn't no bloody assault, JJ.
It was a 12-round IQ test that Canelo just fell the hell out of.
Rounds?
Huh?
He didn't win no rounds?
I don't remember the fight, but it was lopsided.
What I'm saying, it wasn't like he didn't get brutalized, but like I said,
lopsided.
It may be a lot of it is a lot of people who want to see him against Charlo, Benavidez, and Andrade. I was speaking on this, like with him and Andrade, like the build up of that fight is the best fight out of all of them to me. Like out of the other two, Benavidez and Charlo, I think if anybody is deserving that fight first, just because of the build up and the clips they go play over and over again, and I think Andrade deserves the fight before Charlo or a Benavidez.
I think all three of those fights, dog. Like I said, I don't give a damn. I just want to see them. I think Andre versus Canelo would be the least exciting fight. It'll look a lot like Lara versus Canelo, and the other two fellas, Charlo and Canelo, I think would be a chess match. People don't give these Charlos enough credit for what goes on up here, but I think
I give Jamel a lot of credit.
Yeah, I think Jamal would also be very smart with where he tries to place his power, and then I think Benavidez and Canelo would be honestly, I'll probably I'll take some shit for this, but I think Canelo knocks Benavidez out faster than the other two dudes, just because of how irresponsible David Benavidez fights. I think he'll still be, not taking anything away. Benavidez is a dangerous ass fighter, but the way you got to
man. Like, and he put his own self in that position, and like he want us to feel sorry for him and cry him a river, and he the reason why he in the position himself. Man, toughen up, stick your chest out, do what you got to do to get back in that position. You know, don't talk shit to Canelo and say fuck him or don't give him no credit for his fight. Why he gonna pick a guy like you?
Do the crime, do the time. You know what I mean?
You want to get into this? Cause I got about 10 more minutes in me. You want to get into this? Crawford Spence?
Yeah, a little bit about what we heard. We had did you want me to play the interview or not, bro? That one thing that we got from Fight Hype?
Yeah, and we want to shout out to Fight Hype for this, but this is just educational purposes only.
And let me set it up real quick in terms of what the hell we're about to see. Lance Pugmire with Fight Hype came out and made a video update about what's going on with Spence and Crawford. And a lot of people don't know about what he's about to refer to, but we'll touch on it a little bit here in a bit. But again, educational purposes only. Lance Pugmire.
While the talks have been agonizingly long, we've learned from two sources very close to the situation that one of the issues that dragged this thing out for as long as it did had to do with Terence Crawford's ties to alleged Irish drug cartel leader Daniel Kinahan. PBC head and Spence advisor Al Heyman wanted absolute assurance, insisted upon absolute assurance that Kinahan had no financial involvement in the fight. For good reason. We know that the U.S. Treasury has an intense focus on Kinahan as he's holed up in the Middle East. And we know that there's been intense scrutiny of those who have done business with Kinahan. Both Tyson Fury and the boxing trainer Ben Davison have basically been not allowed to leave the UK for the U.S. based on the information that we've had from several sources, based on their connections to Kinahan. Sources told me that Heyman was tempted, actually because of his discomfort with Kinahan's involvement, to walk from the negotiations, but he ended up receiving sincere assurances that Kinahan was not going to be financially involved in this fight. And again,
yeah. So that's the there was rumors floating around the entire time about that. Obviously, Daniel Kinahan is the alleged godfather, whatever you want to call him, of the Irish cartel. And there was a lot of ties between him, Bob Arum, Top Rank, Tyson Fury. I think Jason, what the hell, Taylor name for the 140 pounder, former undisputed. Josh Taylor was tied up in that. And those guys literally can't leave the UK to come to the United States right now. So it's a serious deal going on. But according to Lance Pugmire over Fight Hype, he said that the official reason that this fight has been dragged out so long is because PBC, Al Heyman, Errol Spence management wanted to make sure that Daniel Kinahan wasn't getting a dime or involved at all in this fight, with Bud's involvement, with Top Rank, former involvement, all that good stuff. So there's a lot to digest there because we've been talking all kinds of shit about who's more scared and less scared and who's dragging it. What are your thoughts, Corey?
Yeah, you know, the whole time it was circulating, everybody was saying, oh, Errol Spence signed the contract. Do this and do that. Oh, Errol Spence is the hold up, this and that. When the entire time, it's been Terence Bud Crawford, bro. And his association with an alleged godfather cartel guy. Wow. JJ, I damn near fell out my seat when I seen that video today. I'm thinking to myself, like, Terence Crawford, why would you even put yourself in a position to deal with a fella of that stature like that, who people look at him like that, where this dude is banned to even come to countries? Why would you associate yourself with a guy like that? And the entire time, everybody been saying, oh, it's Earl Spence. Earl Spence is the holdup. When it been Terrence Bud Crawford and his association with this Godfather.
Well, we don't know that he's been associated with him. We know that he's obviously associated with Bob Arum, and that's where some of the crazy, sketchy business is. It's not like Terrence Crawford is selling out stadiums. Apparently overseas, like Kinahan has actually been found to be taking money from Bob Arum. Bob's actually paying him after these big mega fights, like Fury's fights, Josh Taylor's fights. So I don't know about that, but here's what I am going to bring up to you, Corey. How are the Spence fans, super fans, or no, not the Spence fans, the Bud fans going to respond to what you just said? Because, yeah, technically it's been Bud's fault that it's been dragging out, but it's been Errol Spence's people, and I'm playing devil's advocate here just so you know what their argument's going to be. They're going to say, well, Errol Spence's people were the ones that get scared to mess with Bud because of whatever his ties to the mob, and they knew that there was nothing there, but they wanted to keep making excuses. Do you think Errol Spence's team did their due diligence to make sure that some scumbag overseas won't get paid? Or do you think there's reason to blame them and looking for more excuses?
Who blame the Spence fans?
Yeah, blame the Spence management.
No. They done had enough blame. It done been enough assault put on Spence and his fans' name, right? Now with this breaking news coming out that I had no idea about, that Terrence Crawford was associated with this guy. Why would Earl Spence and his team not do their due diligence? Why wouldn't they do that? If it been stuff going on like you just stated with this guy, how the way he do business with big time folks. Why wouldn't they do their due diligence? Right? So no, it's Terrence Crawford's fault. Because you can say Bob all you want to, JJ. He was associated. He's not associated with Bob Arum anymore, right? He's not associated with him, and obviously,
there's got to be some ties there. Yeah.
Obviously, it's still got to be some ties there where people done did their due diligence, homework, and research to pinpoint that Terrence Crawford and this guy is got some type of ties together. And it's shocking to me. Shocking the way people say, Earl Spence, it's your fault, sign the contract, whoop-de-whoop, this and that. When Terrence Crawford got ties with a mob boss. JJ, when I think about mob boss, I don't think about nothing nice.
There's nothing nice about what they do, bro. The Irish cartel. But then what does that do with your feelings towards Tyson Fury and Josh Taylor and Bob Arum, the guy who you just gave all the praise to with how he should be handling? So what does that make, huh?
It's the same way, bro. It's the same way, but like I said, they say Tyson Fury. Well, if that was the case, then if he was with Tyson Fury, how did PBC and them do that fight? So he wasn't with Tyson Fury and them at first, right?
Well, Tyson Fury's just not allowed to come to the United States. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do over there, but it looks like some tax evasion fraud.
No, what I'm saying is, we didn't hear nothing about this with Tyson Fury because guaranteed this would have been news with Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder because that was a mega fight, bro. Like, damn, we didn't hear
the news came out after that, and listen, I'm not this dude's biggest fan, but Artman Newton is all he talks about. Like all he talks about is Tyson Fury and his ties to Daniel Kinahan all day long. He's on Twitter, a dude named Artman, and he talks about Tyson Fury and Daniel Kinahan so much. It's all he talks about. But he has been trying to shine light on what's going on over there. Why is ESPN or nobody talking about it? And he brings up a good question. It's like ESPN, Top Rank, everybody in boxing is just sweeping it under the rug. Obviously, you know, when you're dealing with a cartel, it's a whole different ball game, but nobody is talking about it. And it has been going on for a while. It's just affecting us now in the United States because it's been preventing a super fight. So, bro, boxing. I mean, Don King and Bob Arum had ties to the mob back then. You know, it is what it is, dude. And It sucks. You don't want boxing money going into drug lords. You know what I mean?
Well, we know this new era coming up. Like a lot of stuff finna change, but you know it's just shocking. You know, all them people who was dissing Earl Spence, saying this, dissing his fans, saying this, or calling us liars, who was spitting out factual things about this situation, and need to apologize, right?
Yeah. But I will say something though. Probably not an apology, but maybe this is why, because they're not legally allowed to talk about the case. So maybe this is why Bud wasn't talking so much about the fight when he was down here. And bro, it could be like he couldn't talk about the case. I was reading up on it today. So he couldn't say, yeah, I want to sign the fight, but I'm going through some legal shit. You know what I mean? So
that's
so
on
I'm
him.
gonna apologize to
I don't. That's on him. He put himself in that position, right? Like that ain't on us for us to say why he couldn't talk. You should have been able to talk. You know, you put yourself in that position to where now you going through this situation, and now it's spread it from the 2142 across the pond like a fire.
Oh yeah, it is, bro. But
In that position, I ain't finna sit up here and say, "Oh, Bud couldn't talk about it." No, he put himself in that position to where he couldn't talk about it.
Obviously, I'm not just gonna say he put himself in the position though, because he signed one fight with what the fuck is it? MTK. He fought one. He signed, or he didn't even fight under them. So I think they're doing their due diligence. Kudos to Errol and them to make sure there wasn't no connection. But technically, Bud never fought a fight for the people that Killahan was associated with. They're just doing their due diligence.
We know
at the end of the day, I hope you're talking to the fans, bro, because it ain't.
No, I am.
Yeah.
I'm talking. I'm saying down here. I'm talking to Texas, right? JJ, everybody know the reason why he didn't do no fight up under them now. Don't say because he signed to him. He knew what everybody was about.
And this is where I think all the fans need to step back and say nobody's been scared of nobody, this and that. There's been some serious legal shit going on that includes the cartel. So, hey, it doesn't matter. The rest of this video, Homeboy went on to say that again, I know we've been hearing this for a minute, but he just posted this out yesterday. They're just ironing out the details with the networks. And bro, I think and the rematch. The rematch also, they've agreed to A or B side can winner or loser can activate the rematch clause. So we'll very likely see a rematch regardless of what happens on November 19th. I'm just so happy.
Especially if Earl Spence win, he not rematching. He'll drop all the belts, Jay.
Well, I hope Bud chases him because like what you said about Canelo trying to avenge that loss is only right for whoever loses that fight to get an opportunity.
He's going to have to wait in line because Earl Spence going to a whole nother division. Like with this fight, and if Terence Crawford loses this fight, he loses his automatic WBO shot to go up to 154 and activate it, right? So he going to be chasing again. He's 35, Jay. That opportunity, like he better win this fight. Like, because if he don't win this fight, Earl Spence going up to 154. He going to feel like he did what he's supposed to do. At the end of his career, he want to go try to do something in another division, and people can't do nothing but respect that. Terence Crawford on his third division. This Terence Crawford opportunity to make history and doing it in two divisions.
Yep. I don't care anymore. I don't care. It's about to be go time, bro. I haven't said much lately, but man, I believe Homeboy when he says we've heard from very reliable sources that this fight should be announced in the upcoming days.
Hey Jay, do you think it's gonna be in November 19 now?
That's what Homeboy was saying, and apparently Spence's people didn't want it in December. So November 19 looks like everything's a go, bro. They were just working out the rematch deals, and then Showtime and Fox are fighting it out, trying to see who lands it.
Who you think gonna land it?
Showtime.
You
The
think
thing
so?
is, Fox, PBC has an obligation to Fox for how many pay-per-views they do a year. So Fox is trying to get their name in there, saying, "Hey, this could be one of them pay-per-views." But
Yeah, but Fox and Fox gonna be like too. We done lost a lot of money. Look what y'all did with Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz. Didn't even do
yeah,
40.
exactly. They could definitely make that argument. Like, y'all already
They
cost
put
us.
nothing to do with Deontay Wilder versus Helenius. How many pay-per-views you think that's gonna do?
Sounds like a flop to me. Flop, flippity flop.
It's like Showtime gonna be like, damn, y'all done did all these pay-per-views in a row. Why we can't get this one? And then let's be honest, Showtime the one who made Earl Spence and them, right?
Yeah, pretty much. On top of what you just said about Wilder Helenius, it's also competing with 2 supercars that night. Yeah, PBC gonna hurt that night, bro. You going up against Haney and what you call it, Cambosos.
And Clarissa
Anyway,
and Marshall.
for sure, bro. Hey, before we head out, I want to just shout out KO Therapeutics real quick, and then I want to talk about something real quick regarding the Spence and Crawford fight when we come back. But just give us a quick second and let us show you what our friends at KO Therapeutics.
We all have battles. We fight. We train. We work. We persevere. And we celebrate. We are all one.
I can't do anything if I can't walk in my prosthetic. It's a lot of pain that I feel throughout my day. It can be very intense. Now I just put that balm over it and it will heal up much faster and it will let the callus recover. That's amazing. It is a total game changer. I am hooked. I am absolutely, I'm just hooked.
Life is hard. KO makes it better. KOCBD.com.
Once again, if you're in any type of pain, joint, back, neck, knees, stiffness, whatever the case, just give this KO CBD Therapeutics a shot. Promise you, you'll love it. We use it all the time here at my family. Check out KOCBD.com and use discount code TSB10. Corey, I just wanted to drop something real quick that we haven't talked about for a while. But we got Spence and Crawford reportedly getting very, very close to being done. And we have 150 NFT owners out there who we promised them some NFT stuff. So I just want to say, you guys keep up on our Facebook page, our Twitter page. Just look up Spit Bucket Podcast. On Twitter, we're TSB Podcast OFCL. Keep an eye on our Facebook page, the Spit Bucket Podcast. Join if you're not in the group already. Instagram, the Spit Bucket Official. Same thing on TikTok, the Spit Bucket Official. But our NFT holders do have access to our events. We're shooting to be involved somehow on November 19th with Spence-Crawford as soon as it goes down, though. But since it's not announced, it's almost impossible to make plans. So that's what I'm telling you. You guys keep up with us because this time we're going to have deadlines. You're going to have to let us know what's what by when and all that. And if you missed out, then I'm sorry, but we have to do it a certain way because Cowboy Stadium is 15 minutes away from me. It's a whole lot different getting an event planned that's on the other side of the country. So I'm excited for it. But remember, it's almost NFT time, Corey. How you feeling about that?
Man, shout out to everybody. Y'all make sure y'all keep updated.
Yep. Hey, you there? Corey? Okay, sorry, I thought I lost you. But yeah, I know you said you're trying to get out of here at 9, bro. Are we good? We good?
Yeah, shout out to everybody on here, man, from the 214 to across the pond, man.
Anything else you want to add? We'll be back on Monday, right? We have a special guest on Monday.
I don't know yet. We ain't got it locked in, but it should be.
All right. Well, you guys stay tuned. Please subscribe. Please share. Please tell your boxing friends about us. Follow us. We got a lot of stuff in the works for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight.
This is JJ Solomon.
This is Ray Bradshaw, Mr. RTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. This is the Spit Bucket Podcast.